So why? Okay, so let me tell me which school are you from and which level? Is it all express here or NA or IP? All right. Now, let's go to the lesson proper first. This is Jialing, right? Jialing, yours, right? This is yours, Jialing. Some of you handing the homework to me, so I just want to go through your homework. So Tong Ye, because this is your first lesson. Last week they started the first lesson already, so we already covered most of all the things. So if you miss out anything, okay, don't worry. Just you can Google and check with me. Okay. All right. Thank you. Okay, I just bring it to this side to see whether I can. Okay, so this is from Jialing. That's yours, right? Can answer me? Is it? Yeah. Thank you. Oh, yeah, it's your name. Okay. So why does it means for me to be a citizen of Singapore? First of all, be careful of your handwriting, Jialing. Okay, it's very small. Okay, I'm not sure your teacher tells you. Uncle Raymond is very particular in handwriting. Okay, because you are not writing short sentences, but you're going to write a lot of sentences. Yeah, that's my dog. That's my dog. Sorry, guys. Okay, every time when I see someone pass by, you start barking. Okay, so what happened is that if your handwriting is too small and close out, that shows some things that you are not confident. So be brave. Next time write big. 不要写小小个字。因为of course you are doing English paper, right, Jialing? Of course. If this handwriting is go all the way to Cambridge, can you imagine this is scanned? Because of COVID-19, okay, because of COVID-19, your paper may be scanning and then sending to Cambridge, okay, to England to mark, okay, your paper. So be careful. My suggestion to all of you, I know your teacher will tell you use black or blue ink. I prefer to use blue ink, okay? So let's move on. So first of all, I need to make it bigger because, okay. Jialing, can you read the first one, individual? What is the first one? Human rights, is it? Is it human rights?
Right, having rights and responsibility.
Yeah, having rights and responsibility. Base what? You get it now? You get it now?
Basic rights.
不是，everyone here, please. I'm not here to being sarcastic or to mock at you, 取笑你的 handwriting, okay? 记住啊 okay? I want you all to understand here is that some of you even tell me when I was back in my secondary school, my student tell me, Mr. Xiong, social study only in history, no need to be so particular of the grammar, can or not? Cannot, cannot means cannot. You better mind your grammar, okay? Write proper sentences, write proper English. This is Uncle Raymond, okay? Because if you have to do that, next time you go out to work, you also have the same attitude. I don't like, okay? It's wrong, Jialing. 错就错在这边，不用紧，我们在这边改。所以你不会死在战场 you won't die in the war, which is in your exam. Okay, so we learn. Okay, since you're Sec 3, I know social studies is brand new subject. It's going to be like, wow, so tough. And this is Singapore context. Having rights and responsibility based on rights includes healthcare and education, while responsibility includes defending the country's sovereignties and following the law of the country. 对吗? Right. Actually, it's correct. Now, guys, whether you're copied from the text or written on your own, my advice to you is that every piece of homework I give you is the best you use your own thoughts, your own ideas, your own flow. 错不用紧. If it's wrong, it's okay. We are here to change. We are not here to laugh at, you lousy, why you write this kind of sentence? No, no bullying here in this class. Everyone's learning. I also learned, if you don't believe, you can ask Yi Chen, Hao Rui, and Xing Chen in my history class. We also learn. Then, as usual, I always like to use in real life example. Okay, so individuals, you're right, having the rights. What kind of rights? The rights to do the right things, or the rights to commit crimes, or to commit certain things that is against the rules and regulation. Now, family can become a citizen by marriage and descent. What is this word? And descent, you see? And descent, right? 就是后代，对吗？对吗？嘉玲 ？Correct. Yes. I can tell you, from people whose handwriting is very small, okay, usually I can predict handwriting, Okay, I can tell from the handwriting the characters of a person that people who have small handwriting and close out, they are very like that, very introvert, 很怕. You must express to impress, 不要写得太密密麻麻。真的真的，不只是你哦，我有10个学生 ，usually when I diagnose and talk to them and counsel them， 有8个到9个是这样的。字很小的话，就是你心里有一点障碍，心里有空虚，心里有担心。Okay, you are so worried. Okay, so don't worry. I hope I can change you and make you a better person because you are not coming here as a student. Jia Ling, you are a leader. Okay, because eventually, imagine now if this kind of handwriting, you go out to work, the Amor boss, you know it's Amor, right? The Lao Wai, excuse me, what kind of writing, man? And 我们已经够了哦，不要给那些老外看不起我们。Okay, I'm very frank with you. Even when I wrote this in my university, okay, my professor will look at me, Raymond, wow, I like your handwriting. 我写的是很大的。Okay, wait till you see the other ones. I really write very big. So from primary school, I was being tortured by my teachers and use ruler to hit my hand because my handwriting was so nice. Okay, families, yes, and communities able to access to public education freedoms to practice religion. I love this one. Well done. Okay, be committed to the countries participating in public affairs. If you want to say public affair, would be something like Singapore conversation. 写下来啊，嘉玲, Singapore conversation. Okay, this is where they open up for people to able to access, to understand the 来龙去脉, the whole structures. That's why they know how to create proper things. Okay, 同业, right? Correct. The surname, your surname is 同是吗？是连名带姓吧？你是中国人吧？ Okay, well done. Okay, so in case you are very blurred here, sorry, I have to go through this one first. This is last week homework, okay, about the chapter 1. Okay. Now, government democracy, a system where people show their representative of the government. Now, wait, where's my Charlie? Okay, no, sorry, because I'm having 3 computer in front of me. So I'm looking for the. Okay, if anyone is out of the Zoom, or if my screen is frozen, please let me know. If not, I keep talking one. That's Uncle Raymond. Okay, Tongye, you don't call me teacher, you don't call me sir. I will not answer you because this is me, I am Uncle Raymond. This is not tuition, okay? This is open up for discussion. Okay, first of all, what do you mean by representative of governments? Write down the different ideologies. Okay, we are talking about Singapore, then it's democratic. But if we are talking about the United States is democratic Republican. So it's a different concept. Okay, right? Next, able to vote. Yes, you can put there ability, the right to vote. The right to vote. Now, what happened in Northern Ireland, which you all don't study that now, in Northern Ireland is that the Protestant have 3 votes, the Catholic have 1 vote. No matter how you vote, you will never win the Protestant. That is in the 1960s. Until today, they cannot see eye to eye for the Catholic and the Protestant. Tongye, you are from CSIJ, right? Yeah, it's a Catholic school, right? So-called. You know what's the difference between Catholic and Protestant? So first of all, you are not Christian, right? Okay, so what's the difference of Catholic and Christian? Catholic and Protestant. Anyone? Anyone is Christian here? Anyone Christian here? There is a difference. Later you study some of them. You know, in France, chapter 28, there's this one called assimilations, where the people go to France, assimilation, you have to follow the culture. Then the Malay, the mayor want to shake hands with the Malay ladies. The Malay lady, no, cannot. My religions cannot. So you cannot shake hands with me. So bye-bye. You cannot take the citizenship of France. What the hell? But Singapore is you allow the freedom of practice. So what is the difference? Fraser, do you know the difference between Catholic and Protestant?
Not really.
Okay. Ziyi, are you Christian? So what is the difference between Catholic and Protestant? Teacher, I know, sir. The spelling different. Oh, come on, man. Liang Di, what do you think? What's the difference between a Catholic and a Protestant? Yes, Ziyi.
Catholic is like more like is the older one.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. No right or wrong answer. I laugh because it's not mocking at you. Okay. When you get to know me better, you can ask the three guys here. Okay, older one. How about any more? Come on. Liang Di, what is the difference between Catholic and Protestant? Hey guys, don't play cheat, don't Google. Xingyi, I will ask you next.
I never heard of the second term.
You never heard of Protestant before? Christian never heard. Okay.
Oh, Christian
How
got
about
heard
Catholic 有
Catholic have
Okay, 是天主教还是基督教 right? Okay.
It's 天主 I thought it's the mom of Jesus.
Jesus? Mom of Jesus? 同业
Isn't that the mom? I'm not sure.
同业 every Friday you got chapel, right? Right? You got chapel, right? 同业
I don't go. It's only the those Catholic that go.
Why like that? You're in a Christian school. Why you don't go to Jesus and talk to Jesus? Maybe he can give you some blessing. No. Sorry, here we're not selling Christian. Okay, thank you, man. Xingyi.
I don't know.
Okay, no IDK. You must say, I'm not very sure. Okay, last one. I ask. 奕晨，你不要丢我的电脑，我这里有讲了，他们听不到啊，所以你最好跟我讲把答案给他。
I'm not very sure.
Very easy, ladies and gentlemen. Liang Di, you are right. A Catholic has a holy family. They have the mommy called Mary, the daddy Joseph, and Catholic like to do this. Look. Seriously, because of that in Northern Ireland, you cannot pronounce the H properly. If you pronounce it, they will know you are Catholic or Protestant. And you cannot tell them what kind of CCA you are doing. Either you're hockey or you're playing this, what do you call this, another game, I can't remember, or rugby or something like that. Catholic will do this in the name of the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit. This is how Catholic do, right? Correct? Right? Very simple. I always like that. I go to church, I'm a Catholic. 哎呀，头痛，哎呀，肚子饿，哎呀，心痛，哎呀，耶稣啊，帮忙我。Head pain, stomach hungry, chest pain, dear Jesus. Then Jesus will hit my head. Do properly. Oh, sorry. It's called in the Trinity, in the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Catholic will do this. And Catholic, the cross will have Jesus on top. The Protestant, only the cross without Jesus on top, because they say Jesus has been resurrected, go to heaven already. But Catholic will remind all of us that Jesus died on the cross with a bloody nail on the hand and died there bloody. Right? Correct now? You see that there. So there's the difference. But because of that time when we're doing social study, they always say, isn't it Catholic and Protestant report the same God? How come they fight? Then you have to relate all the way to their emperor. It's just like this afternoon, my mom asked me, how come Hong Kong is under British control? And then all this, they say, Mommy, because of Hong Kong last time, because of Opium War, the British give opium for the Chinese to eat. Then the Lin Zexi, went to write a letter to Queen Victoria and tell this. One of my set one say this. Okay, so what I'm saying, all this is that different ideologies kind of mix up. So even the Christian themselves, me as a Catholic and the Protestant, I have a lot of friends who are non-Catholic. Okay, a Catholic is because we believe it's a holy family. Because if not, Jesus come from where? 难道是孙悟空啊? Come out from the 石头啊? Now you understand? So different ideology, even within the religions, have different concept. This is where Jialing, you're talking about able to travel to many countries without applying visa. It's the same thing. As a Catholic, we travel everywhere. Liang Di, you are absolutely right. This is the oldest religions. But because one of the king at that time decided not to follow the Catholic rules and he wanted to break away, that's why it's called Protestant. Then later we got Methodist, it's got Seventh-day Adventists. Now in Singapore, my generation at that time, they got these two of religions, they don't carry arms. They rather go to jail for 3 years, do not want to serve NS. This is called the Seventh-day Adventists. So because of that, the government stopped this ideology. Now you understand why? I don't know you heard of this, ladies and gentlemen. Have you heard of this group called 法轮功? 听过吗? 听过法轮功吗?
Yes.
有吗? 有啊. 在中国, that's why the government banned, right? And that day, 3 weeks ago, this lady outside my house delivered a newsletter on 法轮功. Is that considered a cult? Is that considered against the religions? Now you get it now. A free countries allow the practices of religions without any intervention. Wow, Jialing, well done. You see, who you talking? This is, you see, it's no point you memorize all these, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be a useless piece of thing. If you go out to work, how are you going to apply and imply and to supply your knowledge? So when you go to an office, you will see different group of people, finance departments, HR departments, sales departments, operation departments. How are you going to congeal it? How are you going to make them to understand your philosophy and thinking? That's where you present. That's where you need to anticipate, write down, please, anticipate and participate. Okay, for Set 4 student, next year, you go into what? Anticipate which school you want to go to, right? Tongye, you want to go to Poly or you want to go to JC, right? Tongye, correct. So you anticipate, say, I want to go to, example, I don't know you well, I want to go to JC. Okay, JC, am I right to say JC? Okay, Hwa Chong or any JC. My time also ask my student go JC. So when you go to JC, that is your anticipate. But you want to participate which JC you want to go to, you have to go in, write down, ladies and gentlemen, this is very important, 3 words. So, then how? Okay, so you want to go Hwa Chong. Then what is the faculties and what's the course you want? I want science. How can you go into science? Is your point system allow you to go to this science? Okay, my dream is to study law. But at that time, because I can't go into law because Singapore do not allow me, okay, I want to go overseas and study. By the time I graduate, I come back, the law degree is not valid. So very sad, no choice, I have to study business in information technology. People say I steal, okay, but no choice. So this is called so then how. I will teach you how to use it. Next. Okay, not moving. Is this Zhao Xuan one, right? This is from Zhao Xuan, right? Zhao Xuan, where are you, Zhao Xuan?
Yeah.
Where? I can't find you. Hi, Zhao Xuan. Yes. Very smart now. You use this diagram and put it in here. Well done. Smart move. I like this type of creative student. Okay, you can use this example. Okay, Tongye, this is how the first chapter is like that. You can take a picture if you want to. Okay, Tongye. Now, first, let's talk about individual. Where's your individual? Here. Where's the serve NS, obey law and orders of the country, family, access to public educations, freedoms to practice different religions. So more or less the same. Feel a sense of belonging. Okay, this is very important. Please write down. Feel a sense of belonging means that you must know where your religions and things like that. Share the same culture and belief. Share a common way of life. Experience common practices. These 3 and 4 is about national service. Zhao Xuan, well done. Nice practical. Cool, man. I like that. Okay, no, carry on. Wear your spec. Don't worry. Now, when we say share the common, do you know that in Singapore we take care of the minority groups? Bei Kwan, are you there? Bei Kun, sorry, Bei Kun, are you there? Do you know what is that minority groups? Sorry?
I'm not so sure. Is it
okay?
Malays or?
Yes, you're right. Malays and Indians. Do you realize in a HDB, do you know, thumbs up if you know, usually in a HDB flat, this will be tested in your exam or test. I'm not sure your teacher shared with you. In a HDB flat, there are certain houses reserved for the minorities. Do you know that? Dante, do you know that? Don't know. Zhao Xuan, do you know that? Since you wrote that point there? Don't know. Hey, you might come up in the SPQ, no? Because Uncle Raymond used to...
Say again.
Because Uncle Raymond used to be a property agent before last time. So 比如说你那个屋子要卖掉，在 HDB, one of your neighbor house want to sell away, okay, fair. The next thing is the HDB will allocate, right now, allocate that, oh, sorry, this block here, let's say block 100, block 100, they already occupy a lot of Chinese already. So have to reserve some for the Malays or the Indians or the Eurasian. 明白吗? Okay. Doesn't mean, you know, Holland Village is for rich people. Bukit Timah also for rich people. And where's the place? Which place? Orchard Road also for rich people. There's one in my class, I do this. I told you social study is very sensitive. Okay. All the Chinese will stay in Orchard Road. So my class very happy. Oh, then one of my Chinese students say, so Mr. Xiong, the Malay and Indian, the Malay will stay in Pulau Ubin, the Indian will stay in Pulau Tekong. Wow, I can tell you, Jialing, all the beautiful word comes out already. All the nice word, the F word and the K word come out already, and the C, the word, the B, all will come out. Ladies and gentlemen, these are NA students. Okay, out of the 7 years, 4 years, I'm a form teacher of NA student, but I always really respect them. Okay, they are very open up and share with me. So for that little particular, very cute, Jialing, before I start to do this, I call 3 of the students. Before I start my lesson, come. Mr. Xiong, what? The 3 of them are very, very notorious students. Okay, you don't believe one of them, my student now, is the whole body got tattoo. He's adult already. Whole body got tattoos. Hey, come here. I purposely choose a Malay, Indian, and Chinese come out. And I say, guys, before I start this lesson, I want you to observe. I really tell you, I told them the whole story like that. Okay, then you guys make a commotion. Okay, then you know I say, steady, bro. Okay, on. They talk to me like that. They go into the class already. Then we start talking. Then I say, guys, true or not? So imagine if Singapore don't take care of the minorities, one time. I got one Indian uncle tell me, if Singapore were to have riots, the Chinese would be jialat, very bad. Is that true? Is that really the fabric of this in the country will get it? I doubt so. So what happened is that because of that, Singapore always take care of the minority groups. So for example, we don't care where you stay. If this HDB flat is already 70% occupied by Chinese, the other 30% or 20% depends on the house will reserve for the Malays and the Indians. That's beauty, right? So it's true, no? If you don't believe, you can go and Google HDB. I was a property agent, and I also an insurance agent. You name it, I even work in Starbucks. I told you before, right? So what happened is that bursary, you know the Eagle Awards, right? Wait, Eagle Awards. You know the bursary award, right? You know the bursary award? Ziyi, you know the bursary award? The bursary award. The Eagle Awards.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, you have
The sports one.
not just the sport, for the education also.
The one they give you the check for popular.
No, not popular. Cash check. Your name is there.
Popular
Your dad.
what?
Is it popular?
Also got cash.
Well
But,
done.
like,
So
also got
that check is for
popular.
you, not from your parents, right? You see?
Yeah,
Not just
but,
the child. Yes?
yeah, but my parents take
Thank you. You have to negotiate with them. But anyway, they keep for you lah. Don't worry lah. You deserve it. They'll keep for you. That's your money. Okay. It's well deserved. You are not the first student to tell me this. No different. Why? My mommy still take the money away from me. Then I think he put inside my bank. Still the money. Now imagine Yichen, Yao Yi, or Jialing. Imagine this money is only for the Chinese top student. What about the Malay and the Indian? No need to take. This is not right now. This is not called meritocracy already. Thank you for Zhao Xian to talk about share a common belief. Meritocracy. Where you right now, reward for work, work for reward. I don't care what color of your skin, as long as your contribution to the country, you are the Singaporeans, I give it to you. That is the difference. Reward for work, work for reward, meritocracy. 一视同仁. That is this country. This afternoon, I watched CGTN. You know CGTN, right? The Chinese news. They're talking about Xinjiang, about some genocide, right? The British were saying the Chinese government's genocide, the Xinjiang, the Ural race. And they have to bring up all the representatives to prove to the world, we did not do it. Now you see, this is a very sensitive issue. In your O-level exam, they might test you race and religions. Which one is more serious, race or religions or terrorism? Out of these three, to me, religion is the most sensitive one. Inside a religion, it got different race, but these different race, if you make them to be short circuit or discriminate them, they'll create terrorists. So religion is very important. I got one student saying, Uncle, yes, I'm atheist. Do you know what is an atheist? Tong Yan, you know what is atheist? 我不相信神，我的神是钱，我只相信钱，钱就是我的神。 These are the people who anti-religions. They don't believe in religions. Then how do you explain to them? You get to see? Then I got another group. Yeah, have you heard of this group? LGBT? Got as a Catholic, we are against for LGBT. As a Catholic, we are supposed to be against of casino. But your uncle here, 唱反调. When we want to build you these MBS, we are asked to sign a petition to the government to stop. Okay, so thank you for this one. I'm going to go through the next slide because these are the homework given by the student here. Where is my next homework? May I know who is this? Please be kind to uncle. You don't put there sunflower. I don't know who is sunflower. 我等着花儿也下时，子怡，心意是你吗？是你啊？你笑着？哎呦 ，so nice！ 你送我 sunflower 给我啊，心意。Is that yours? Yours please, tolong next time write your name there. If not, I've been search high and low 我找到哇 crazy 我左看右看上看下看找不到是谁。Well done. Can you read to the class, please?
Read the whole thing.
Yes, sir.
For individuals to contribute through actions and form families that will contribute with one another to create a community and establish governance over said communities to form a country. Countries will work together with each other to start globalization all around the world. 日本人だから子供して大統領で東京と沖縄日本 train 没有 full stop 不可以宝贝 You must have full stop and comma and your reading must you're set 3 or set 4 3 or 4 set 4 oral July remember your for individuals to contribute to actions and form families full stop that will contribute with one another, something like comma, to create a community and establish a good relationship. Full stop. Okay? You can't write a whole chunk without comma, without proper punctuations. Remember, okay, you are not a lawyer. A lawyer can write with a lot of things. Actually, the whole thing you take out here and there is just one sentence. A good sentence in my grammar is 12 to 15 words. Xinyu is a good boy who likes to go to school with his friend. Is it 15 words? And this 15 words is very good in your summary skill. Okay, 12 to 15 words. It's my rule, it's my grammar rule. And if you can apply this rule to your social study, brilliant. So how do we do it? The purpose is I ask you to read, not to mock at you. When you read, when you write, please, tolong read out also. Practice your oral. Okay, are you Singaporean or are you from overseas? Overseas.
Okay, the different Singaporeans children very funny, very quiet, don't like to talk. Okay, overseas students like to talk, which is good. Whichever it is, no racist, no discrimination. Whatever it is, you must read like Amor. You know it's Amor, right? Lawai. And you must know the rhythm, tadam. Like there's a longer syllabus since you're reading this enthusiastically. Czechoslovakia, Yugoslovakia, Hooray. Those history students, you will know what I mean. Okay, your pronunciation must be very important. And I told you before, inside, if you got double word, 拉长那个音, the seat, sit on the seat. 那个种子坐在那个椅子. The seat, sit on the seat. So you must have rhythm. And then when you pause it, please, you must think first individual with actions of family. Okay, that's one point. And family must contribute with one another. Beautiful. That is one another, not each other. The difference between each other and one another is different. Each other is mean me and you. One another is everyone in this whole entire Singapore. Also, establish a good governance, okay, to show the right what? The right what? Seeing it to show the right what? Concept right now. To give the right concept to people. You see? Do you realize in Singapore, Chinese New Year got 2 days holiday, right? Jialing, Then Malay also got 2 days. Hari Raya and Hari Raya and Haji, then the Christian got Good Friday, 对吗？就是 Jesus 死掉的啦。Then got Christmas， 就是 Jesus 生出来，对吗？ Then very funny 嘞，为什么印度只有一天 Deepavali 呢？ Are we racist? We are not racist, You see what I type? In India, do you know they got 4 caste system? Do you know that now? Since you know, right? 4 caste system. In India, got 200 languages. The Northern Indian and the Southern Indian, their New Year is also different. Before that, they got Thai-Pusan. You know what is Thai-Pusan, Xingyi? Tongye, you know what is Thai-Pusan? Wait, you know what is Thai-Pusan? Do you know what is Thai-Pusan? What is Thai-Pusan?
Is it the one where the Indian adults like have that cage thing over them?
Yes. They like to poke themselves. No, serious. They really like to poke themselves. 这是还神呢。Because they have sinned the past year, so they pray to God, say, God, if you can take away my sin, take away my illnesses, if you can help my father bankruptcy to become back to normal, become richness, I will return back. That is called Thai-Pusan. They really take the things and poke through their tongue, their ears, or even carry a milk, a bottle, a vase of milk on top of their head. The night before, they're supposed to be fasting, cleanse, and they have to walk through the fire. This is called Thai-Pusan. Back in the 80s, Thai-Pusan was considered a holiday. But recently, because of Thai-Pusan, they some create havoc again. So to have a multiracial country like Singapore, the first word is we must run. In English, it's called tolerance. So what you written, Xingyi, you say, wow, I can write like that. 不是你不可以 write like that. Ladies and gentlemen, by right, we as a teacher, as an adult, we have to open up and share with you. It's no point to memorize this, then you do not know how to use, right? Xingyi, correct? No? True not? So now you understand. The whole things, if you're going to write like that, your teacher will always give you a 0, or maybe L1, 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 L11, or L12. They say, hey, how can I write so much? I still got 1 mark and 2 marks. It's not that you don't know how to write. It's that you don't know how to 分门别类。明白吗，宝贝？ So you must write, okay, I remember, I'm going to write family, individual, that is my stand. So now you understand the so, then how is very important. So individual contribute, then the family, and how I'm going to end with the government. You got 3 marks to 4 marks. Okay, this is just the start of first 2 lessons, because later I'm going to go through the other thing. Next one is, please write down your name next time so that Uncle Raymond can know this is from who. At least this guy I know who is that. Pei Kun, please read. Pei Kun, are you there? Can I see your face, please? Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, it means that we should first take good care of ourselves, then our family, then the communities, our government, and lastly, globalization.
Thank
It
you.
can also mean
Stop.
that
Stop. 心意看到吗？你看到那个 then 吗？ Then 你不要讲Uncle Raymond say then Then individual must take care of one another. Then we must take care of a family. Then the government must take care of community. The community then must take care of the world. Then the world must take care. Then don't dang. Not too many then. Okay, we have to use A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Apparently, basically, okay, consequently, definitely, eventually, frequently. Use this kind of bombastic word to join. Then you feel it like you are in the court case presentation. Okay, Xingyi, don't feel bad. The reason why you are here, that's why you want to learn. I hate teachers say, then stupid, Xingyi, why write this kind of statement, damn stupid. Then next time teacher say to you, yeah, because I'm stupid, because you are bigger stupid. I got teacher come and tell my class, you are very stupid. 我们就是笨才来学吗？ What? 难道老师你说你不笨吗？ 你也是从笨 become 聪明吗 ？Nobody is stupid. Listen carefully, ladies and gentlemen. Nobody is stupid. It's only you are stupid if you don't ask question. There is no such thing as stupid question. Okay, so do it. Well done, Pei Kun. It means that the first thing to take care of yourself, you must take care of your own health first. Remember, you take aeroplane, the pilot will say, right? Asking it. When the oxygen come down, you put for yourself first or put for your son first? Sing it. You don't tell me, I know, now you say, I'm not married, I don't have a son. Why you ask me? Okay, which one first? You or your son?
The son.
Your son, thank you. Ziyi, you or your son?
You are.
Yourself,
Yeah.
Why?
They say born yourself first, then you born for the child. What?
Why? But you can oppose it, what? You can put it for your son first. You don't care about the instruction, right? And then you put it for your son. Right?
But then what if you die?
Very good. That's the answer. See. Imagine what you die your son. Daddy, who put for me? Hello? Get it now? So always take care of yourself first. It's very important. 不是自私, This is a things inside in one of the healthcare system. Okay? Well done. Thank you, Ziyi. Yeah, right. Okay, then our family, communities, and government lastly. Karen? Pei Kun?
It can also mean that we are part of something big, as that our individual make up a family. Many family make communities. Communities will need a government, and after having a government, people need to have globalization as a form of travel, trade, and global community. After governments are created and the country is ready for international trade.
Is this written by your own, sir?
Yes.
Awesome. Brilliant. But please, can you segregate? Communities will need governments to take care of the laws and orders. Full stop. Then after having a government, instead of after having a government, you say apparently a good and capable government is to allow people to travel around the world. Do you know North Korea don't allow people to travel out of their countries? You know that? Before Deng Xiaoping, if I'm not wrong, China is a closed door policy. It doesn't allow her citizen to get out of Singapore, get out of China, right? You know some country, even in Cuba, there is a communist country. They don't allow. It's a closed door policy. Okay, well done, Okay. To be honest, Pei, I like this part here. The first sentences that trigger me. So let's go to which one? I think I still got one more, if I'm not mistaken. Is this one here? Who is this? Please own up. Who is this? Who wrote this? I can't find the name. Who is this person? Yao Yi, is it yours?
Wait, that one is mine.
Yours,
Yeah, the one with the JK thing.
Yours, Well,
Yeah.
written by you, everything?
Yeah.
Wow. You see the word, if I have 3 tick in your essay, you better copy it and paste it and memorize and burn it and drink it, whatever, I don't care. You're going to score, okay? Because the way I mark, I don't really mark according to the books. I mark in the real context. Rachel, go. So what does it mean for me to be a citizen of my country? Let's go. Individual.
They are located the rights of citizens stated in the Constitution of the Republic in Singapore.
We are
also to defend the sovereignty of the country and to abide by the law stated in the Constitution.
这是你自己写的吗？还是 you get somewhere?
I mean, I got some from the SS textbook.
Okay, then please stay with that one, because this one is very useful in SPQ and SRQ. Okay, next one.
Families are eligible for subsidies and rights stated in the Constitution and are to contribute to Singapore's economy in one way or another.
Pay tax.
And pay tax.
Karen, finish the whole thing. Then I'll explain. Pay tax.
Pay your property tax or you're not getting property. no tax, no house.
Not true, Okay, no tax, no how, not true, depends. What our dear friend Rachel was saying, families are eligible for subsidy is a FAS right now, Financial Assistance Scheme. Okay, I have a students, seriously, don't have money to pay for rental, don't have money to pay for electrical bills. Okay, I used to be like that. I own the HDB, I got no money to pay when I was out of job. Before I was a teacher, I was out of job. I have to write into HDB to defer that payment. You know, in Singapore, the house is about $300,000 to $400,000. And if you are just only graduate from O level, oh my goodness, your salary is $2,500 to $3,000. You and your spouse, your wife, your husband is $6,000 to pay for a house that is $500,000, which is $500,000. And the first deposit you have to pay 20%, which is about $160,000 or $70,000. Then the rest you have to use your CPF and money installment to pay to the bank or to the HDB. That is called another on top property tax. Okay, what it means here is that some people who really can afford to buy a house. Okay, under the Maslow theory, MASLOW, which is the basic needs, the 5 basic need rules of all human beings. One of the most basic needs is shelter, food, education. Okay, these 3. And these are the things that the government of Singapore provide to those low income. There are 3 levels of income: the low income, the middle income, and the rich income. But now we have the filthy rich income, was super rich. They are called the billionaires. Okay, and this what Ray sir was talking about here. I really like that, not because they are poor, but these are the group of people who really needs the government help. Okay, last year was election, right, Ray sir? Last year was election, no? So I'm a very pro PAP supporter. So I walk around with my MP, door to door, visit, and before that, another MP I also follow. 哎呀，议员啊，我们很惨呢，还没有拿到屋子，我儿子没有书读， not all these things. Then we write down, we send to the right departments. Inside your textbook, there are 16 different ministry. You have to remember the logos. One of them is the Ministry of Education, SAF logo, the police logo. So here, we really take care of the low levels income. There are people who are out of jobs. So regardless of what is your race, please put that now. We will come and support you. Pay tax, pay your property, which is true. But what happens if that person, like now COVID-19, out of job? The government provides Skill Future. You have to learn, you must know what is Skill Future, ladies and gentlemen. It is super important. Okay, they will test you on Skill Future also. Skill Future is only for Singaporean and PR to use this money to further educate yourself. Can you write down 3 things? Write down, very important, to learn, relearn, and what is the last one? Charlie. To learn, relearn, and what is the third one? To learn, relearn, and what?
Learn again.
Learn again, okay. Tong Ye, what is the third one? To learn, relearn, and what? Unlearn. Write down, please. I'm learning now. I need to relearn because the old method cannot work. I need to unlearn. Last time I used typewriter. Now I have to use computer. Last time I used manual to wash toilet. Now I have to use a machine to wash toilet. I totally have to unlearn and restart learn again, so that I become employable. Seriously. My degree was 25 years, 30 years ago. Even though I know the basic, now you ask me to learn Python. You know it's Python, the programming language, right? I tell you, I'll be foaming and 995 will come ambulance to send me to the hospital. I hate programming. Unless the law is also changes. When I studied the law last time, a business law, and the business law now is different. So everyone's write this one, and it's called LLL, lifelong. What's the last L? Thanks to Rachel, no. This is things later you talk about community. See, be friendly and not caused by racial problems, but participate in committees, events, and form strong bonds and care for each other. It's called lifelong learning. Write down lifelong learning. You see the old people go in and now they know 粽子 honestly girls, Zhi Yi, Ya Yi and who Tong Ye, 你们会包粽子吗？我会吃粽子 I know how to take out the 粽子 right? So you know how to 包粽子 Do you know how to cook? Do you know how the skills? Do you know how to come out those 那种回馈以前你的传统的 How? Cannot.
Okay. Where? Yeah.
Cannot. You know how to do?
No.
Do you know how to do the 粽子
No.
Don't know, right? Then how? Then all our ancestors, the ingredients, the food, the traditional food, bye bye. 怎么办? This is where the old people come in to help. Lifelong learning. And now every Friday they talk about dialects. Is it important to learn dialects? Because we don't want to neglect these old people. You see, we talk about racial society, a society that gives people a chance to lifelong learning. Even old people got $500. My mom say, Raymond, I give you the $500 lah. Say, no, this is for you, but learn what? I mean, my mother-in-law learned how to use WhatsApp and watch YouTube. Cool, huh? Does it learn? It kind of brighten up, which is the committees come in to help. Okay, next, government. Rachel. Rachel, government.
Uphold democracy and provide new laws to curb dangerous activity. Also to be able to hold elections for the next government to govern the country.
Oh, exactly. Your potential another candidates for PAP. Don't ever start with a sentence using AND. Don't ever do that. It's a grave mistake. You're going to put N. You have to use the word. Apparently, it also helps to hold the next election. So the governments right now, they collect statistics, survey, and feedback to improve the conditions of the standard of living for everyone here. The government is not here just to fly by night right now. The government is not here fly by night. 得过且过，做一点和尚敲一点钟 They really pay. People say, wow, yeah, do you know how much is Lee Hsien Loong's salary? Anyone?
1 million.
2 million. 2 million. 2 million. People say, wow, such a small country, $2 million. Then the minister should be also 6-5 figure, right? Then got people say, because the more money they have, they will not be corrupted. Then people say, don't talk rubbish lah. Also, rich, more money also can be corrupted. Yeah, Rachel, the eye was so big, 2 million. Wow, Donald Trump only got $1. His salary $1. Donald Trump cannot fight, Rachel. Donald Trump got property, activity. After 4 years, he still go back to his apprenticeships. You are fired. Correct. Okay. But ladies and gentlemen, you have to understand the concept. I don't want to mention it now, but since I told you it's very sensitive. What happened is like those our neighboring countries. A lot of people say our neighboring countries are very corrupted. A lot of under-table activities. It's true, no? When I went to that country last time, I had to give some so-called money to these people. Is it a must? Is this the way to do business? Even they say now in China, in Japan, or whatever country, you mean Singapore don't have, right? I don't know. I really don't know. How are you going to work? It's about integrity. This is what it means here by Rachel. Okay, able to hold elections so that people will know whether this government is good or not. Whether the government is got 正义感, justice. Why you all come to Singapore? You mean there's so many countries, why must come to Singapore? You can go to Malaysia, you can go to Taiwan, also very near. Correct, no? Jialing, right? Don't you miss? You mean China is so lousy, man? You mean US is so lousy, man? True. Why come to Singapore? There must be something uniqueness that is good for you. I got China student and a foreign student who come to Singapore. They went to Australia and they migrate to Australia. They migrate to my Burmese student now in US. Okay, some went back to Korea. Why come to Singapore? There must be something. It's the so then how. So you want a brighter future, then you want to have a place that is secure. How? Because it's proven that in Southeast Asia, Singapore is one of the top best 3S, safe, secure, and very systematic country. Therefore, I come here. So it's a so then how. Get it? Just like Jialing, next time you and your wife get married, then your wife say, dear, I want to stay to mommy house because 我们的儿子可以放在名校。then 你跟你太太讲，我们也可以放在我们妈妈家啦，我父母家也是有名校。then you have to use the so then how to make the argument. So because you tell your wife, so because your parents are working, but my parents are staying at home. So when boy after school can go home to my parents' house, then they can take care of them. How? Do you think this method is good? Then your wife will understand. 嘉玲，你明白吗？So now this is where the inference, the purpose, the comparisons, the usefulness, the reliability and assertions, right? Now you understand how you use it. Because you're going to use it in your JC, in your poly, in general paper as well. What is globalization? What is sustainability? Do you agree that cloning and terrorism, which is more serious? Okay. So having a passport that can travel to multiple countries without applying for a visa, this is a super important. Okay, it's not only a passport rater. And I like this sentence. I don't know whether the rest of you want to copy it or not. Being eligible for repatriation flights in case of emergency, being able to approach the embassy for assistance. This is very important. Anytime when the peoples are down, they go and approach them at the various country disaster. Singapore embassy, Singapore first SAF forces will go there and fly our people back. Do you know, Rachel, in US, when I was in army, the US policy is leave no man's behind, dead or alive. That's why if let's say you, me, Jialing, Xingyu, Yichen, Xingchen, and Hao Rui, and Bei Kun, and Liang Di, and Zhao Xuan, we are all in a platoon, in the army. We go and attack. So maybe Liang Di injured, Zhao Xuan injured, okay, Yichen get captured, and then the rest of us, we'll make sure we'll stay together, and we'll make sure the US aircraft carrier will send the whole bloody special force to rescue us, dead or alive. This policy has been stated during World War II until now. The US Marines motto. So being a US Marine, I feel proud. I feel safe. Whether I dead or alive, I know my fellow soldiers will bring my body back home and have a Purple Heart. The Purple Heart means when the person died, and I get a salute with a state flag. That is the beauty of it. That is the power of being a government. That is the power of being in the constitution when the law is passed down to protect. Can you write down, please? To protect the people, to prevent crime, to give peace and progress for the country. And the most important thing, as a democratic country, you must be profitable for import and export, which is in the chapter issue 3 called the world, WORLD, right? Globalizations. You see, it all linked together. Thanks to you, Rachel.
But then later, okay, I forgot in wait. It's okay with you.
Tong Ye, this is my prediction that this year will come up for issue 3 for SPQ, which is the globalization. Okay, and this is my prediction for last year that it came out, and for 2021 for SRQ, the response question will be issue 2. Okay, for those Set4 students, this is my prediction. So every lesson I'll fresh this up, unless some of you, your teacher will say, hey, Uncle Raymond, I think my teacher also spot the same questions like what you spot. Please, this is spotting. If you don't trust my spotting, my prediction, please study everything. Okay, it's not 100% accurate. Okay, so this is my prediction for last year. Okay, so SS started in 2017. The first 3 years was pretty straightforward and easy. And to be honest, it started to be more difficult starting from this part already. So good luck to all of you. Seriously. Really, I know Liang Di was like, oh my God, WTF. What the fish. Welcome. SS is that tough? No, it's not tough. SS is you must open up your heart and discuss. Why? Look here. Okay, this is what I suggest to them, Tong Yuan. I think last week we went through, so I just give you some idea using how to do ABCDE. And this is called NRIC. For issue 1, it's called NRIC. Good to use now. Singy, is it easier? Is it easier to remember? Right? Just to give you a wait, is it easier? Then you're going to memorize all the words here. Agreed? So what does it mean for me to be a citizen of my country? It's about nationality. And how do we decide what is good for society? It's about the rights, religions, and race. How can we work for the good of society? Identify and the citizenship. That's called NRIC. 同意你懂啊? Okay. Now, FLOCS, which is chapter issue 2, stand for foreigners, locals, opportunities, and the 3A, awareness, alertness, attentions, and the threats. Threat 就是哇，你们这些外国人来新加坡跟我抢工作 ，it's called xenophobia. Have you heard of this word before? 同意啊 ？Why must we xenophobia 啊 ？Seriously? Why? 如果你有本事，就是你有本事吗？对吗，心宇？对不对？那如果我有本事比你的头发长，我就放一个假发嘛，对不对？怕你咩？对不对？周末我怕你啊？啊，亮弟，你学叶问啊，我学红拳啊。Just a joke, okay? So you must know your strength and weakness right now. SWOT, your strength, your weakness, your opportunity and threat. In fact, this topic here is very related if you are going to Poly to study business, finance, law, okay, and engineering. 心宇，老师没有跟你讲哦，在学校有没有跟你讲这些？没有嘞 ，Don't have 啊，有吗？
Not sure.
OK， 赵璇有吗 ？OK， 不用紧。一晨有吗？一晨，有没有？老师有没有跟你讲这些会帮你在用在哪里，在读书哪个方面 ，or even your poly or this thing？
没有。
啊？
没有。
没有。星辰有吗？没有哦。OK， 浩瑞有吗？ May you right? Okay, so now you understand now. This is very important, especially you are talking about globalization. Do you see the economic and cultures? Recently, I covered another group of Set 4 students. I'm talking about terrorism, security terrorism. And they asked me, why must we study terrorism? Cyber security. Like last week, I was doing my police duty. Got one stupid cow go and send a message to my police officer, part-time job, $300 to $500. Please submit your name, your account, all these things. Yeah, Rachel, very funny, right? 重开推上的 Seriously, I was looking, huh? He really sent to you, sir. Yeah. We can track, no? So do you know recently, when was it now? There's someone want to, in your textbook, they say want to put a bomb in Yishun MRT. And then want to fly a drones during the National Day parade. How come we know all these threats? Why we study? Because it's true enough. Last year, I told you one of my Set 4 students finally got into cybersecurity in Poly. And one of my ex-students now is a second lieutenant in the SAF doing about cybersecurity. So I leave it to you. Ladies and gentlemen, if you think SS is just a boring, just an A1 subject to pass, then I'm so sorry. It really applies to your life. Okay, 2 times 2 is what? It's like, excuse me, he asked me this kind of question. 2 times 2 is 4, right? 4, right? 4, right? 4, right? So 死的嘛不会改了，对不对 ？Acid 就是 acid, alkaline 就是 alkaline, right? H2O 就是 H2O, 对不对 ？But social study is how you argue to make sure that you convince the person. That's the difference. This picture. Write down, there's 3 targets audience. And it can help you in your visual graphic text in English. Every time when you see this kind of pictures now, please remember 3 different target groups audience. Please, please, please. Okay, first group, smoker, right? Agree or not? Wait, agree? Smoker, huh? Second group is people who want to smoke. Look at this picture. I think better don't smoke. The third group is not the smoker. I'm not smoking, but I know Razor smoking. Example, Razor. I know Razor smoking, example. So I better take this picture and snap this picture and show Razor, better don't smoke. You smoke already, look like this guy, so ugly. 明白我意思吗? Just 开玩笑, Razor. So there's 3 target audience. 明白吗? Take note. Every time you must look in that. And because Uncle Raymond is also doing branding and marketing as a sales for my brother-in-law for rubber stand, so I have to do poster. So every time you must take the 4 corners. I think how Ray, Yi Chen, and Xing Chen will know. Always take the 4 corners, the most important thing. In your visual graphic text for your set 4, okay, paper 2, always the 4 corners will give you the biggest hint. You don't believe it? You see the first one? Is it true, the first 1 corner here? Is it a health promotion box? Singing, right? Yao Yin, you 看到吗? Oh, you 看到 health promotion box 吗? Then here, 是不是有一个 hotline? If you want to quit smoking, that here, right? 所以也看到这边一个 corner quitting, and then harder, and then always the central of attraction. You won't lose it. Pei Kun, you see it now? Sorry, because I don't see your face, Pei Kun. You mean I keep. Sorry, is your camera down? Because last week I told my colleagues about your camera, so hope you can on your camera. You mean got any questions? I didn't forget about you. Broken. What do you mean by broken? 哇，你会包粽子，我现在看到了。包几个来给我吃嘞？不然还是你包10几个，我在我的 Lazada 卖一下好吗？学生包粽子，哇，他用拍卖会一定很好。嘉玲不要笑嘞，现在行情坏，做补习老师也要赚外快。我有几个老婆要养嘞，没有听错，没有听错，我真的有几个老婆要养。第一个是我的 actual wife， 第二个老婆是我的 HDB， 第3个老婆是我的 OPPO， 我要还电话费，然后第4个我是电脑。你看第5个是我的车。So in the army, they will tell you your rifle is your wife 吗？没有错，对吗？Boys to men。我不是魏小宝，我很希望我是魏小宝有8个老婆。可是如果是真的有8个老婆，我不可以回家，嘉玲，请你借用你的厕所住一晚。Okay, now take note of this, and I will use it. Ready? In 3, 2, 1. Is this? I call eye syrup. Okay. Can I move on to the next slide? I'll give you more details of how are we going to use SBQ. Sorry. Wait, your school SBQ, what kind of formula the teacher use? Is it PEL, or what formula?
For this kind.
Yeah, for SBQ, yeah.
SBQ, most commonly PEL.
PEL, okay.
And then
let's see my method.
Got Avamil.
What?
Avamil.
Oh, there's your acronym for that, audience, things like correct.
That one is for purpose.
Correct. Okay. So mine is eye syrup. So you compare. For Uncle Raymond's, I will give you all my methods to you. I don't keep. 我不是那些像什么师傅有10招，我收1招，我给你9招。Okay. It's your job to see which method is comfortable for you. First, inference we call FIE. Now, ladies and gentlemen, these methods, okay, Rachel, I told you, I have a beautiful colleague who was in social study for 20 to 30 years in humanities, a very senior teachers. I have a beautiful teachers who are teaching history now, and I think she's training the NIE history teacher. Tong Ye, are you doing history or geography?
Both.
History,
History is elective, then geography is core.
Oh, you do pure geography.
Yeah.
Wow. Pure geography, not easy to study. Because last year I teach my nephew, he and me want to vomit blood because of the tourism, right? The things like that, right? And then the humans and physical environments. And then he started curse swearing about the teachers, right?
It's not that bad.
Yeah, actually it's not bad. But because he was in CCA playing football, then got no time to study, then the teacher 忽略了他, you know what I mean? It's not difficult to study, I agree. Humanity subject is not difficult. I hate math, sorry, so that's why I'm humanities. So, okay, so it depends on how you use it, Rachel and Zhao Xie and Yuming. Okay, let's go to the first one. Focus, inference, evidence, elaborate, or CMAO for audience. Okay, one by one, explain to you. First, for 5 marks question, Rachel, can I all target Rachel? Don't mind, since you share with me. So let's see whether you want to use your method, Rachel, or my method. I leave it to you, okay? First, for 5 marks is what does the source A tells you this? This 5 marks is called FIEE. Okay, what is mean by FIEE? You first focus, you inference, evidence. Now, ladies and gentlemen, for 5 marks questions, I know I got argue with students with me. Uncle, 1 inference can ready. Is it true, Rachel? Or 2 inference?
For what kind?
5 marks question for inference.
1 inference.
I know teacher will tell you once. Please do 2. Play with 2. I leave it to you. I will say 2. I really cross-reference and check with my teachers who went for marking. It's 2. We will go through the exercise next week. Then I explain to you why. Okay, CMAO is for purpose question. CMAO stands for, here, it shows that, it doesn't show here. Okay, it's considered as the context, the message, the audience, and the outcome. Now, when you have a why question, take notes, ladies and gentlemen, for the Set 3 student, okay, when you have a 6 marks questions, you must have the CMAO. What is the purpose of this? Usually the last part. Don't get confused, Jialing. Okay, we'll go through the step by step. This is my way of sharing with you all. Next one, comparison. Please, when the question asks you, do you agree source A and E are similar? When they ask you for similar, Ziyu and the rest listen, please answer similar first. So I got student argue with me, Uncle, can I start with differences now? Anything wrong? Nothing wrong, nothing wrong. Since they ask you similar, answer similar first. Then answer difference, then answer your common criteria. Like for example, what is both sources are similar in tone because they are mocking the government, or both sources are different in purpose. One is to support, one is to go against, something like that. Okay, I'm just sharing with you that along the way, I'll be sharing with you all this. Okay, then both sources, common criteria, reliability, this is the CCC. Okay, claim, check, and the critical assessment of provenance. The provenance is very important, no? Xingyi, the provenance is very important. You know why? Source A say, listen, by my wife. Okay, ready? Xingyi, Uncle Raymond is a gay. Source A, Source B, my ex-student say, hey, Xingyi, Uncle Raymond is a gay. Source C, my son, elder son say, my father is a gay. See, D is from this newspaper. Okay, no, from a media, social media. Say Uncle Raymond wearing a ballerina tutu. You know, not ballerina. Okay, ballet, chuan tutu. Jialing, can you imagine Uncle Raymond wearing a ballerina? Then you say, yeah, Tong Ye say, oh, very nice, doing ballerina. So I'm a gay. Source D from the what you call from the Channel News Asia, saying that I'm a gay. The last source from ICA say that Uncle Raymond is not a gay. Which source is reliable? Xingyu.
Majority.
Huh?
How do I say?
Which source? Only choose one.
I'm not sure.
Okay, Yao Yi, which source do you think is more reliable?
ICA.
Yes. Thank you so much. I'm a gay, as in I always smile. Not the gay, that kind of gay, you know. Not that kind of gay lah, please. Now you listen now. I'm using me as an example because you have to know the authentications of the source who's there. Source A, my wife say I'm a gay because he want to break off with me. Divorce with me. Get it? Source B is my ex-student who maybe last time 我骂他，他不爽我. So there is an ultimate motive, a hidden agenda. Source C, my son say to me, I'm a gay because 他要拿我的财产，因为 Jack Ma 是我的 cousin. Yeah. You're laughing. Yeah. Okay. 我们要讲 Jack Ma 哪一个吗？我们要讲 China Jack Ma, right? Got you, right? Then source D, social media. Because I'm a cousin of Jack Ma, so people not happy with me. So 他要破坏我的名誉 reputation. Now you get it? The severities of the sources, the prominence is very important. So imagine Hitler, Tong Ye. For Hitler, imagine a Jews Holocaust survivor say, Hitler very good. Hitler treat me with sushi. Hitler even massage for me. He say, no TikTok. How can a Hitler massage for me? Okay, Zhao Xian, Xiong, okay. Why? So you see the thing is that by right, based on your CK right now, the CK means contextual knowledge, and your GK, your general knowledge, saying that Hitler is never this kind of thing. So when he say this, that Hitler is a good guy, there must be a reason behind. 明白吗? I'm surprised. I'm not surprised. Now you understand? Now, all the 6 sources are very useful. Listen, about me as a gay. All the 6 sources are very useful. Just always imagine when you take SPQ, you are a lawyer defending your client. You must take every source that is within your reach to counter-attack the other prosecutor. That is their lawyer. That is the person who's going to mark your paper. All sources are reliable, but which sources is very useful to you? Get it now? So all sources are reliable with limited reliability, but which sources is useful? Now you 明白为什么吗？心怡，你明白吗？ So for example, see, you set 3 or 4 again, sorry, 4. Are you going to Poly or JC?
Not sure.
Not sure lah. By now you must be sure, my dear. ENE is coming. Okay, what is your dream? Poly, what is your dream to be a? Your career?
JC.
JC, Okay. I want somebody who's going Poly one. Jialin, you want to go Poly? No, all want GC. Okay, fine. Liang Di, you want to go JC or Poly? Hello, Liang Di. You want to go Poly or JC?
Probably JC.
All JC. Okay, never mind. Since Xingyi, you want to go JC, Can I use Poly, for example, easier for me, sorry. Okay, so Poly, if this student want to go Poly, you want to do a prototype. Okay, anyway, JC also got project. So your lecturer will ask you, so do you think this project will work or not? Then Tong Ye, you say, yes, this project will work. Then can you show me? Remember the so then how? So why do you choose these 3 prototypes? Dear sir, I chose these 3 prototypes because this is this. Then can you tell me the functionalities of these 3 projects? That's where your reliability and usefulness come in already. That's where your comparison come in already. Now you get it? That's where your inference to tell them, because you want to convince, connect, and show your confidence that this prototype B is the one. Okay, get it, Tong Ye? Then you show, then how do you know that your lecturer will like this prototype? It's where they will cross-reference and check. And this is the thing, when they'll see that, when you see him like that, correct? The facial expression tells already. If the facial expression, like the AGT and BGT, you know it's AGT now. American Got Talents and British Got Talents. If you see Simon Cowell outside, it's a gone case. Get it now? It's very important. So this is where your tone and your purposes is very important. Okay, so Xingyi, if somebody say to you, 讨厌，你不要来看我. So Xingyi is imagine, it's so bad one, you never come and see me. You know 那种每次看那种戏Yao-Yi, you are drinking water, I hope you don't spill out. Okay. So you get it, you get the idea. If somebody will tell you, Yi-Chen, wow, you are damn good in telling lie. You are very bad in telling lie. You see the difference now? You get what I mean? Hey, Raymond, what are you good at? You're good for nothing, really? Then okay, I don't do nothing. You get the joke now? When somebody say you're good for nothing, means you're being sarcastic to you, right? Get it now? You no need to show that kind of tone. Hey, Raymond, you're really good at nothing, What can you do? The tone can tell you, but in the paper, you can't see. The government is good at not doing anything. So it means don't do anything. Meaning it's mocking at the government's useless, hopeless. This is very important. Ladies and gentlemen, you don't need to think so much. I don't know your teacher share with you. This is what it means here. To mock, to encourage, to sarcastic, to show the world audience, to create awareness. Okay, positive, negative, bias, supportive, and things like that. Okay, Ken? Next one, I move on here. This is what I mean. Just now I already give you some ideas. I will touch on more of this later on in the next few lessons, but this is just to give you a head start. What is it about? How I teach reliability and usefulness. So Rita, I don't know about whether your teacher's using, or my goddaughter used Sailor, S-A-I-L-O-R. Okay, I don't know what it stands for. Or A is of course audience, L is to link, then O is like outcome, I is to identify, something like that. So Tongye, I don't know what kind of formula a teacher give you. Please do not use P anymore, please. Do not use P. Okay, it's to me, I find it, sorry. Your teacher might tell you this, and sometimes some teacher will say, hey, never mind. Write the comparison, similar and difference can already. Don't write the tone and purpose, only 1 mark. I got students come and tell me, Uncle Raymond, my teacher saying, just compare similar and differences can already. No need to talk about the tone and purpose. Then the purpose question, just write 1 or 2 paragraphs. No need to write the purpose. Sorry. I find that this kind of teachers shortchange you. I don't think it's doing justice to you. Seriously. It's just like you become a doctor. The doctor, your professor teach you, never mind, you just do this teachers can already. You don't need to follow up with the patient. That's not right. 没有道德，没有仁慈。You don't tell me, the teacher say, because you guys got no time to write. Hey, please. It might be happen to your 38 of your classmates, but it doesn't reflect to you, no. Right, Tongye, correct? If any teacher were to tell you, any one of you say, just write this, only write last paragraph, only 1 mark only. Hey, hello, excuse me. 1 mark is 1 grade from A2 to A1 如果中国人每个人给我1块钱我比 Jack Ma 更有钱对吗，家里？不要小看那1块钱不要小看那个1分钟如果是可以做 time machine 1分钟我可以换整个世界Always take it every marks, every single second counts. If any teacher will tell you no need to write so much, just pass can already. No. Then I don't think these teachers fit to be a humanities teachers. Because I came across students come and telling me this. And I'm so sad. And this student will come and tell me usually from any student. They do have express student. And the express, express got the top tier, triple science, and to the low end express student. I don't like people to judge my student like that. Okay? Seriously. Your job is to give all your best. Remember, Jialing, don't try. Don't try to sit down when your buttock did not touch the chair. You either do your best with all the zest to beat the test. Don't try. And look at this here. Okay, we're going to cover this here. And this one, let me see. I open up the file. Okay, just for the benefit of Tongye. Oh, you cannot see. I'm so sorry. I already opened the file already, but I don't know why. Give me a minute. I think I have to stop first. Yes, then I'm going to go this one. Okay, Tongye, get it now? Can you want to take a picture first? If you want to. Not me of course please take this okay, done. Instead of memorizing all the topics, this is the way I help my student to understand. This is the second issue from chapter 4 and 5, so 4 and 7. Okay, quick one and this one, because I'm going to go through the slide 1 by 1 with you in more details. Ready? Okay, thank you, ma'am. Okay, please bring out your textbook now. If you have the textbook right in front of you, that'll be good. Just recap for some of you, because This year, for Set 4 student, Yao Yi, you are Set 4? Okay, who is Set 4? Take note now. My gut feel is they might be testing you in globalization, the last 2 chapters, okay, for terrorism. Because recently there's a lot of news about this terrorism going on. So there might be a lot of SPQ. And last year, because of the COVID-19, the last topic was being cancelled off. So they may test you on this, okay? So be careful on that. Okay, this is the one. Ladies and gentlemen, taking the pledge. Okay, now chapter 1 is 2 and 3 is called the NRIC. I go quickly, don't mind. Stop me if you are not sure. You see, the way I teach SS will be different. 4 ways to become citizens. As you look at the textbook, you know which are the 4 ways. What is the advantage of joining Singapore society? Write down. The advantage is that you have the freedom of choice. Write down, please. Because what I'm teaching you now is planning for SPQ and SRQ, as well in real life. So just like Tong Ye, for example, whoever want to take, okay, say I got student want to go engineering. So why do you think this prototype can help you? What is the advantage? Oh, this prototype is a wheelchair, a remote wheelchair, okay, that I know in the market they are selling like hotcake, but oh, that's disgusting, Zhao Xuan. You just captured the picture. Okay, scare me, man. So this wheelchair is not only remote, it can use voice recognitions. Wow, that's cool, right? Tong Ye, that's cool, right? That means I don't need to use hand. Do you know who is Stephen Hawking? You know who is Stephen Hawking? He's also my cousin. Yeah, all famous people, your cousin. Yeah, Thomas Edison was my great-grandfather. Okay, Thomas Hawking. Oh my gosh, I mix up with me. Stephen Hawking, do you know Intel, not Singtel, Intel create a voice recognition and eye recognition to type. Do you know that? You watch the movie, right? Like Liang Ti, you know, right? Now you understand? All these skills is very, what is the advantage of having a Singapore citizen? Freedom of choice, to be creative. Disadvantage of joining Singapore citizens? Is there any disadvantage? I want to hear from you first. Yao Yi, what is it? Okay, I can ask the Set 4. Whoever the Set 4, please come up. So I ask the Set 4 first, don't mind. Set 4 student, beside Tong Ye, Xin Yi, and Yao Yi. Pei Kun, are you Set 4?
No.
Yu Ming, are you Set 4? Oh, Rita, thank you. I can't see. Yu Ming is not okay. Yi Chen, yes. Yi Chen, you are Set 4. Yes, correct. Yes. Okay, all the Set 4 students. What is the disadvantage? Yao Yi, what is the disadvantage of being a Singaporean? I cannot eat chewing gum. Is this the disadvantages? In a way, okay, I cannot eat chewing gum. Yeah, Zhao Xuan, correct. Okay, Yao Yi, what is the disadvantage? You can type, okay, yes.
I don't know.
Very stressed. Everyday study. GG, FML. Very sad. No life. 各位宝贝们，你们读书是为了未雨绸缪。Education is the best invisible tools that you're going to pass down for many generations. Because whatever you learn is going inside you and you'll pass down to the next generation. How do we become disadvantaged? Hold on first. Descendants, you are born outside Singapore. This one you know. This one is country of birth. Marriage, you are married with Singapore at least 2 years. Or this one, somebody just now mentioned about the neutralizations, no longer granted. Okay, so always talk about country of birth and descent. 1 and 2 is very important. Please write down in your books. Okay, 3, yes. Yes, it's just like a lot of people now very funny. You know what they say now? It is not comparable to China's education. Yes, Zhao Xuan, I agree with you. I agree with you. Also cannot compare with Japan and Korea. That's why, realize that Asian people, the way they study like crazy. Australia, every Wednesday, no need to study one. It's called CCA Day. Okay? And 2 years ago, I was teaching a Christian school in Singapore. Their Friday is no school one. CCA Day. You like it? Do you like this? You want? But sorry, it will not happen in Singapore. Because a small country, We are talking about human resource, your brain. Now you understand why the LG and the Samsung, Toyota, okay, Mitsubishi all come out so fast. Now you know why Huawei is become one of the top brand and Oppo. There is always a sacrifice and price to pay for it. And agree, the disadvantage is the lack of freedom in certain extent. So the same thing. Then you tell me why you learn this, not Tongye. Same thing. I told you just now the wheelchair can use voice recognition, right? Oh, so this wheelchair will be good for people who can talk, right? What happened? The person will then 怎么办? See, that's a disadvantage already. So what happens if your professor will ask you, what about people who are dumb? Oh shit, forgot about that group of people. So that means you're discriminating. So when you're designing this prototype of the wheelchair, you never take consideration of different groups of people. Now you see, then you can argue that, observe, yes, we did take recognition on this about people who are dumb, but this is our first prototype. We're going to do it. If it's successful for the voice recognition, there is no upsets, just like the Tesla car, okay, that is driverless. But if we're after testing and about maybe 1 or 2 years later, if the product is good, then we might be considered for the group of people who are dumb or even for people who are blind. Oh, I see. So is it in your pipeline? Yes, sir. It's definitely in our pipeline, but we are going in different stages. As you can see that, so we have actually come with this prototype. Then we are going to cater with this group, and how to make sure that this group is comfortable. We are doing that in the various stages. Just like, sir, in iPhone, we got iPhone 1 to iPhone 12 now. So we have different features, we have different specifications, and therefore we are looking into the innovative methods of the programming. Tongye, convince your examiner, your professor, right? True. So this is way of talking of that, all right? So complete national service. Why people want to compete? Do you know Israel people, whether you're male or female, you have to protect the country. In 1969, when your little uncle was born, or was it before that? Can't remember. Israel was attacked by 6 countries. Within 6 days, 1 Israeli tank versus 50 Arab tank. 哇，嘉玲 you don't believe me, right? 好像一个叶问打10个这样哦，那种情形哦。And do you know 那是真的，好像一个打10个那个叶问哦。And do you know 亮弟 Singapore Army was trained by Israeli soldiers, no? Okay, until today, our war products is also okay. Sorry, I only can say until here is a secret act. Our software also used by Israeli software. I know because I'm in the national service. I went back for reservists. I'm in the war game. Okay, we play computer game but our computer game is different from COD. Not Call of Duty. Not Mobile Legend. You don't laugh, no. It's similar to Call of Duty, but our Call of Duty is different. We really behind got all the general and the officer to plan in case Singapore is being attacked by the enemies. How can we Singapore being attacked? Then how do I put in my air force, land force, sea force, 海陆空三军? How can we defend? How many days can we defend? You see, it's related. You ask the 3 history students that have how Ethan, last week 我不是有 show 给你看有一个 Malay major writing an essay about the World War II, right? Remember the essay by a Malay officer in SAF, right? Writing about how the start of World War II or something like that, correct? Right? So it's related. Whatever is studied in Set 3, Set 4, surprisingly, this Malay major in the SAF wrote this for his master degree. Give out original citizen. Do you want to give out your original citizenship to become Singapore? Wow. 3 days ago, I'm so happy. One of my China boy, he's now working in HP. Poor thing, the mommy is now in Liaoning, 是吗？还是哪里？But the daddy, I know, mommy and daddy like that. So I asked him, hey, how are you? He say, Uncle Raymond, I'm going to apply PR. You know it's PR, right? Permanent resident. So I asked him, hey, good what? Yeah, finally. Then I asked him, hey, must you serve NS? No need, as long as I'm working. Wow. So I was saying, well, you're lucky, but next time your son will curse you. Correct? Because the son has to serve NS. The 第一代不用吗？很可怜是真的，他差一点because of last year of COVID he and his mother nearly have to get out of Singapore. Poor thing but thank God 老天有眼， 他妈妈做很多好事啊。One of his ex-students' mother is working in HP and gave him a job. So 这种是 I believe in karma lah, okay? Even a Catholic, usually Christian don't believe in karma. I believe in karma. So he's going to give up his citizenship from China and become Singaporean citizenship. And guess what? Next month, my another China student, he said, 老师，我不要拿新加坡公民啊，不好。Oh, then say, 老师, yes, next one I'm going to join police force. The mommy, 姐姐, daddy, all Singaporean and PR. Then I say, 宝贝啊，这样你回去中国去莆田啊，去帮我去拿一点 oyster 给我，卖 oyster 给我。Okay, okay. What does it mean for me to be a citizen of Singapore, of my country? A member of a country is the same as a member of a human society. Okay, what? Society is a community of people around you. Okay, this is very straightforward. This is not very important. I'm going back to this question here. What does it mean to me to be a citizen of my country? This is more important. This is to tell you, okay, all this thing, this one, this is what I mean. Please answer the following. Why do you join a society? Why it benefit? Why is the disadvantage? Are there any people or members of the nation? Why is it important to be citizens? Number one, you have the right to vote. Number two, you have educations. Number three, you can buy houses. Get it? Number four, for Singapore, you have CPF right now. Tong Ye, do you know what is CPF? Do you know the function that CPF are divided in three components? Don't think, because you're going to use it. What is the first component? Anyone can tell me? Yang Di, which are the three components? Yang Di, you're set 3 or 4?
Set 3.
Okay. Which are the three components in CPF? Very important one.
You mean the CPF that save life one?
No. CPF got 3 different components. Okay, quick one. Write down. One is an ordinary account. Second one is a special account. And the third one is a MediSave account. Okay, next time I'll explain to you what is a MediSave account.
Oh, that one I think I got hear before.
That one is very important, Tong Ye. It came out, I think, in the year 2018's SS exam. Okay, under the MediSave account, you got MediShield, MediFund, okay, and MediSave. Don't worry. Next time I'll show you an example. Behind me, a big cupboard. What is MediSave, MediShield, MediFund? I explained 3 times. People still cannot understand. Okay, I'll show them using my Manulife, and they still don't understand. You see this one here? Cannot move.
Can't see clearly.
Wait. Yeah, I want to take out the background. You can see this? This is under my insurance company called Manulife, and we are talking about how it works. Okay, next time I'll show you how it works. Okay, give you ideas. Then you can move using this compass to move. And then this is the things about how to do a MediSave. So I'm using real example to show you next time what is MediSave, MediShield, MediFund, and how is it important? Why is it important? Why is it being tested? What is the purpose of being tested? These are all part and parcels in your SS learning process. Okay. So why is it important? Write down, you have the right to vote. You must have CPF. You contribute CPF because ordinary account can use to buy house. Special accounts, your daddy, mommy can use this money to help you to pay for your diploma course or your university course. MediSave accounts, when your loved one, touch wood, go to hospital, HSB, hospital, surgical, and ward, which is, for example, if my brother-in-law a few years ago got dengue, so you have to stay in hospital. He can use, because he's a 陶给, 他是老板, self-employed, so he can use this to cover his bill. Do you know what is a Class A, Class B1, B2, B3, C class? This is a different bed. Why is it important? Because you pay for the things that you want to take care of your loved one when you are being hospitalized. Because all these we talk about NHS, National Health Scheme in Britain, and there was the social study comparing for this healthcare between Singapore and Great Britain. Okay. Okay, first and the most important thing, being a Singaporean, you are being protected by law. Like just now, this who Rachel, you're saying like emergency case, right? Singaporean in overseas cannot come back. Straight away, the SAF Charlie 130 will fly all the way, or Chinook, the helicopter will fly all the way there to pick up our residents, our citizens, and back home, safe and sound. Or even the Airbus 380 SIA, bring back our Singaporean. It's the same thing if you are holding the green card from US citizens. They will literally fly imagine there's this case during the Saddam Hussein, the Iraq and Kuwait war, there's these hostages being captured. They literally send the whole bloody aircraft with the Apache, okay, the elite forces, the Green Beret. Green Beret is, Sington is with the Green Beret, better than the commando to fly there to rescue the hostages and back home. This is how powerful the American citizenship is. This is because you are being protected by the rights, the law. That is the beauty of it. Excuse me, how many countries in the world protect their citizen like that? I watched a movie from China one. These hostages was in Africa, okay? Then, or was it in Myanmar during the Jinshanjiao, the drugs? They literally fly there to rescue the citizen and fly back. The power of this, okay? Being the citizen of that particular country, because you know why, Rachel, you are right now? Because we pay tax and property tax, so-called 交保护费, 对吧? Right? Which is legally nothing wrong. Like, you know the GST, that we pay GST, right? The goods and services tax, right? And the ERP, corporate tax. Do you realize in the past in China, they also collect taxes. The emperor collect taxes, and then they start, you know, the Mulan, the Hua Mulan, right? They collect taxes, and then they get the people to fight for the country, to defend for the country. It's the same. During the Roman Empire, Julius Caesar's, it's the same concept. Democracy is worked in this way, to protect the citizens. Okay? And then we talk about volunteerism, which is Uncle Raymond's. I'm doing now police duty as a volunteer. I also a RC member to volunteer my resident to make sure that sometimes my neighbor complain, hey, can you ask the neighbor to keep quiet? Can you please tell the neighbor don't put the shoe like that? Can you tell the neighbor the newspaper don't put outside so many after got fire? Can you tell the neighbor upstairs the clothes always dripping? This is where we help to mitigate. You see, this is help to make sure that all we stay in a very peaceful. And then recently got TikTok, this Indian guy was chanting like, then this Chinese lady used a gong, 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 gong. And then recently got this Indian gentleman with a Chinese girlfriend and was being attacked by a Ngee Poly lecturer. These are the things that we come in to mitigate and talk. Okay. Is joining a society worth doing? Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, before I end this, please take a society like BAP Youth or even SPCA or even something like Cancer Society, okay, or even help at the old folks home. It helped you. Because nowadays, I also was an interview. I worked in Fusi Xerox before. I interview people. Okay, I work together with the Bank of Switzerland. Okay, you get to know that you got the best results. So what? Do you have that kind of humanitarian things? Besides your free time, when you go to university, you have to do this kind of society to enforce, enhance, and ensure your credibility. That is very important. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, you are competing with school like Raffles, Hwa Chong, National Junior College, RGS, okay, River Valley, St. Nicholas, all the top school. I never believe every school is a good school. I never believed it. I only believe every school is unique. Okay, I never believe if every school is good school, it means everyone got iPad. Everyone, their room got aircon. True now, that's called every school is a good school. So how do you make your difference? 经济独立, the rose among the thorns. This is what it means. Join a society. What you choose to leave your society depends. If the society don't give you what you want, leave. But always think of it. When you're joining a society, you are doing the cause right now to serve the community right now, to serve your residents, to serve your country. to serve your own race. Just like the sick, you know the sick, the bayi, the sick, 不是那个生病的人, the turban. They are very united. They help each other. They open up their temple when these people, even non-sick, during recently the India crisis about the mass oxygens, these are the sick people, the sick temple who give free oxygens to non-sick people, the fellow citizen. This is what you mean. You can see during the COVID-19 how people is so gracious, how the country performed, because the country used all the skills. So if I have COVID, then what precautions measure? How do I reduce the casualty rate? Ladies and gentlemen, 3 simple words to you. So then how? 9 invisible friends for you. The 8W and 1H. Not difficult. Okay. So the advantage, I go quickly. Because there are 67 slides, I'm not going to go through all this. I want to stop here. Now take note of these 3 things, please. Take note, legislative, executive, and judicial. So these are the things that is a constitution to the law of Singapore. Okay, for example, just like I say, I cannot eat chewing gum. They have to go through this to forfeit, to stop the the import of chewing gum, because all chewing gums leave a very disgusting mark under the MRT, inside the MRT. Before you are coming to Singapore, I tell you, when MRT started, people eat chewing gum, they do not know how to throw it properly, they stick under the MRT seat or under the railing. So Lee Kuan Yew decided no chewing gum. Then the Americans say, hello, excuse me, Singapore, you talk about free trade agreement, right, with us. How come we cannot sell chewing gum in your country? Then it's not called free trade, wow. But Singapore stand firm and say, sorry, yes, but we have our own rule. 家有家规，国有国法. We're going to accept this. Okay, just like Michael Frey, last time was vandalism. We caned him. But because he's an American citizen, I told you, right, the American citizen very powerful, right? They send the ambassador and say, please, do not cane him. But Singapore stand firm. Sorry, you come to my country, you break the law, you follow the law in Singapore. Got people take drugs in Singapore, death sentence. Please, don't hang. Sorry, this is my law. These 3 things are very powerful, because all these 3 things will go all the way to United Nations and say, this is Singapore law. Just like during the China and the US talking that time recently, right, Jialing? Then the US say, hey, you're China, better take care of your things. Then the China say, hey, before you say me, go and talk about your George Floyd. Remember the blacks matter? What are you going to tell me? Then the American is like, suck them. Wow, I like that. Wow, 你以为我们中国人好欺负啊？你以为是200年前的？你们的大炮很大个，你卖给我们的大炮是 expired 的，现在是我们在卖华为给你，我们不需要你的 iPhone。Okay, I do have American friends. I do have, all my degrees are from Britain. I'm not against the whites. Okay, but sometimes these people think they are highly because 嘉玲，如果你有一个 Maxon 可以弄到你孩子很聪明，你会给你的儿子，还是给你的姐姐的儿子，还是给你的表弟，还是给你的朋友？ Obviously, the answer is to your son, right? Same law. Everyone is want to defending their own economy because they got people to report. Now you understand? This is the thing, got people to report, you see? Protecting the minority interests. If Singapore don't protect the Malay and Indians, you'll become Maria Hathod riots. You become racial riots. You become the Hotley Bus riots. May 1 million, a small country cannot have curfew. Do you know recently, last year's circuit breaker, right? You know, Singaporeans go and queue out and buy toilet paper, buy a lot of eggs, right? Then people say, "Siao, right? You say, "Siao." Then recently, they say, "I won't buy a toilet paper. I buy a big toilet paper, a big toilet paper, then big one. Okay, can clean my ass for nearly 1 year." But do you know all these auntie uncle, auntie? You have to understand, no? These auntie uncle, when they were young, when Singapore was having curfew, during the riots, 他们你没有看那个点点时代，沉默的年代 You watch the movie, you understand. During the 60s, when you say curfew means you cannot come out, no? You come out, you already get wet. And last time the police, It's really whack you. You cannot have long hair, you cannot have tattoo. Tattoo means gangster. Now you can see everyone also got tattoo, no big deal. The moment you got tattoo, straight away it's go in and it's really whack you one. It's literally whack, no? Because I saw with my own eyes. I was being spot checked when I was Sec 3 student. Okay, the police spot checked me because at night I go and do break dance. The other two groups I saw with my own Ghana Pantam. So this is the generation at that time. So Liang Di, you think why is so crazy? Because they got this phobia. I thought, lockdown means cannot come out. And most of the old people, do you agree now? They do not know how to use GrabFood. They don't know how to use apps. So they don't know how to buy things. So they have to buy and stock up at home. So you cannot blame them. But if people like me and you go and buy toilet paper, Liang Di, I mean you one day shit three times to 10 times. No, right? Or you use toilet paper to put mask. Now you understand, okay? So I will stop here. Please look through all these. It's in your textbook. What are your rights? I'll stop here. The next thing is I want to share this very important slide. I'm going to put it in the Google Classroom. I expect you to do it. If you don't want to do it, I cannot stop you. Ladies and gentlemen, please, I want to make this very clear to all of you. Please. I will give you homework. And my job, Yichen, Hao Rui, and Xing Zhen will know. I will not chase you, Jia Ling. Can you hand in your homework? Rachel, where's your homework? Yao Yi, you're not handing homework for 10 years already. When are you going to hand in? Next Christmas. Is it by George Michael? Last Christmas. I don't like the song Last Christmas. You know why? You know the song Last Christmas is not nice. You know that? Jia Ling, 有没有听过这首歌 Last Christmas? 那首歌是 break off 了嘞。他跟他的 girlfriend break off. Last Christmas, I gave you my heart, but the very next day, you gave it away. 我不要啊，那个 Last Christmas 歌很好听啊，可是我不要，你唱给我听啊，我会心痛。So, ladies and gentlemen, please, you are leader, you are not student. It's your own responsibility. The more you write, the better you are, your parents are happier. I don't want the parents to come to me, my son, my daughter hand in homework. No. I will just tell them, please check with your children. Fair enough. Main thing, first thing, school homework come first, then do my homework. Okay? Now, this is the homework that I'm going to share with you. Okay? Then I'm going to go through with you next week. Okay? Because time and tide wait for no man's, all the Set 4 students. Once June holiday over, is prelim ready. And to be honest, last year very bad. No, all the Set 4 students don't have a prelim, and I'm just keep my finger crossed. I don't want to jinx it. What happened is the third wave come in. That's it. You cannot have prelim. Wow, 笑了. So, this is the one. Okay, 4 corners. Okay, I will share with you. This is the source that you're going to take. Then we go through. So my job is to show you this. Your job is to do the questions. But there's 3 options. I always give my student 3 options. One option, I do everything for you, Uncle Raymond. Second option is I selective. I want to do this, I want to do this, I don't know. Then I wait for answer. Option 3 is, okay, I read through already, I check, but I got no time to do. I wait for you to give me an answer. Okay, that's 3 options. The 4th option is, I don't feel like doing. Then my advice is, don't come. Because my history lesson and SS lesson, you can ask my history student. I will give all these things. Okay, some of the questions, okay, is very useful for you to analyze, because SS is very wide. It's not fixed one. Well, history is fixed one. Correct. Hitler doesn't come from Africa. Hitler come from Germany. Correct. Stalin is Russia. It won't change. But SS will change. What does this mean to you? Why do you stand on this here? Remember the 4 corner? Very important. Okay, so this is one example. Okay, so this one I'll put in the Google Classroom, and you do it. But at the same time, children, if you have homework from your school one, and you want to do like Hao Rui and Yichen, right? Last time you got homework, you want to share with me, Uncle, this is my school homework, it's a WA. Can you help me now? Yes, please. I love it. Please torture me. Give me your homework. Okay? So thank you so much. It's 9:53. I really appreciate it. Xingyi, are you there? Oh, because you're like that, no? I thought your screen froze. So sorry. You mean next week I hope you can on your camera, okay, get a good camera, and then I can see who you are. And please inform my colleagues, which school, your level, and which school level and what stream. Okay, I know some of you sent to me already, but I'm not sure I got the time to see through. Okay, so thank you so much, everyone. Have a good Sunday. I know tomorrow open up, but please stay at home for the Set 4 student and read through. You got this picture also. You print out, Zhao Xue. Do you print out?
Yeah, print out.
Oh, thank you. That picture, I use it for my English lesson and for my SS lesson also. Thank you, babe. Bye-bye. God bless you. Ziyi, well said. Today, well done. Very good. I really like your argument and debate. Very good. Keep it up, especially the oxygen tank one. Very good. Thank you. God bless you. Merry Christmas.